welcome to Rockingham. We're here for the BRSCC Bank Holiday Race Weekend. Coming up in today's programme, we've got racing from the revitalised Porsche Championship and the ever-exciting Mighty Minis. It's been all changed for the Porsche Championship this season, so here to tell us a little bit more about it is Dave Clark. Now Dave, how long have you been involved with the championship?
Well, I started this year, so this is all new to me. Brookspeed, that I used to run with, offered me a chance out at Alton Park in one of their boxes, and we had so much fun I had to buy a car and come and join in, so it's their fault.
So do you have any background with the Boxster, or is this your first season?
No, the first time I'd sat in one was the qualifying at the first race, so it's been a real steep learning curve, but it's a really easy car to drive. Probably demonstrated, as you'll see tomorrow in the race. It'll be very close, it'll be good fun, and for newcomers and for experienced people like myself, it's just a joy to drive.
You can see the crowds are starting to gather now for the first race of the BRSCC Bank Holiday Race Weekend. It's time for the Porsche Championship. Here are your commentators, Ian and Jack.
Thank you very much, Charlie. Hello, everybody. We're all set for the second race of the weekend in the BRSCC Porsche Championship. It's round 12 of the season. We had a race yesterday. That was won by David Clark, who we were just hearing from Richard Sykes and Jerry Taylor in the Boxster division. In the older cars, the Porsche 924s, Richard Styron took his second win of the season from Andrew Hannington and Stephen Brown. The red lights are on then, and they go out. Away we go, and from the outside of the front row of the grid, it's Richard Sykes that makes the best start to lead David Clark away, the man who's already had half a dozen wins or so this season. They turn their way through the first corner of this mixed grid of Boxsters and 924s. There's one car in the invitation class as well, and that is Matthew Upchurch in Class C, because his Boxster not quite in the correct specification just yet. He's just got it ready for this particular meeting. So it's Sykes leading then, and Clark in second place, but as they head down towards the Entwood, it's Clark who's looking to go around the outside there. Now he switches to the inside for Chapman Curve, and you can see already the Boxsters starting to pull away from the older 2-litre Porsche 924s, which form the basis of their own championship for many years. Well, it's Sykes continuing to lead as they go through Short Link, but there's not much gap between these two. Sykes, the 45-year-old from Thirst, the ex-Ginetta racer, and the man in the white car, David Clark, the 41-year-old from Southampton in the Brookspeed prepared car, the ex-Caterham racer. And he's on the inside line now as they head through Gracelands and down the straight towards the Tarzan hairpin for the first time. It looks like it may well be Sean Cooper that is there in third position. As down the inside as they come out of the hairpin goes Dave Clark, and they're still side by side. Of course, it's the 21 car of Richard Sykes that's going to have the inside line, and Sykes is able to hold on for the moment at least. So coming through to end lap 1 then, it's going to be 21 Richard Sykes leading then, Dave Clark in second place. In third place it's 27 Sean Cooper, but into the pit lane, I'm afraid, goes Jason Flegg. He only managed a couple of corners yesterday, but he's not got much further on this occasion. So the top two pulling away then from the rest of the field as they make their way through turn 1 down towards the Dean hairpin, and David Clark putting his car on the outside line. He's going to try and go all the way around the outside of Richard Sykes there, and it might just work. He'll probably switch back to the inside on the exit of the corner, but he's not quite close enough to make that work. Up towards the Entwood they go then. Sykes still driving that defensive line. It looks like it's Cooper in third place, the owner of trackfocus.co.uk, the track day company, the 27-year-old from Cheshire. And here we see the 924s coming through shot as well, but back with the leaders then. Still, it's Sykes from Clark, and Clark unable to do anything about Sykes as yet. Sykes, who's had 4 second places so far this season. He only joined the championship relatively recently. This new Boxster class taking off and getting more and more cars out as the season goes on. It caters for the 3.2-litre S-type Boxster, and now on the inside there goes David Clark at Tarzan. He might just about have made this work this time, because still on the inside is Richard Sykes, but now Clark has his nose ahead. But no, he has to tuck back in behind our race leader, and look at this, it's bringing our third place man back into contention. That's Sean Cooper. And the fourth place car as well, that's Jerry Taylor, a former teammate of David Clark in Caterham 10 years or so ago. Taylor, who started out in Porsche 924s, then moved into Caterhams, now he's come back into Boxsters this season. He's the man in fourth position at the moment in that number 16 car. But it's Sykes still leading the way then. the Yorkshireman ahead of the man from Southampton who has been the driver to beat so far this season. Oh, and big problems there for our race leader, Richard Sykes. Suddenly, a plume of smoke emits on the back of his car. Well, it seems to have gone away now, but he's dropped down to second position, so not quite sure what all of that was about. But we have our new race leader, and that is Dave Clark. It's the Dave Clark 4 then at the moment in this race. Bringing up the rear of that group is number 16, Jerry Taylor, an ex-international cycle racer for Great Britain in the late 70s and early 1980s. He was in contention for the 1980 Olympic squad, apparently. Now through Gracelands and down towards Tarzan, as we look at the battle among the 924s. That there is the 99 car of Richard Styrin, who has had a good first few races. He did some kart racing. There made his first appearance in cars towards the back end of last season. Had a podium in only his second ever 924 race. That was at Anglesey, I think, earlier on in the year. Mallory Park, I beg your pardon. So these 4 cars well clear now, and it's Clark from Sykes, from Cooper, and then Jerry Taylor in 4th position. Now the car ahead of Styrin here was number 22, and that was Andrew Hannington, one of 4 drivers really in contention for the 924 part of the championship. It's very close between those 2 though. It's Alistair Kirkham, Andrew Hannington, Steve Brown and Adam Croft that are really in championship contention. And it's the 22 car there that leads the way, and that is Andrew Hannington, who's had 6 podium finishes during the course of this season. Oh, what a spinner there. He's number 40, and that's Martin Braybrook. Martin, a relative newcomer to motorsport, only his 4th year for the 53-year-old from Southampton. Now, is there some fluid there coming from the back of Richard Styrin's car, I wonder? This is the battle for the lead within Class A, which is for the Porsche 924s, who've been racing in their own championship for the best part of 2 decades, but now they've been joined by the Boxsters and indeed an invitation class in this BRSCC Porsche Championship, breathing new life into the category. Porsche 924s in particular, a very economical way to go motor racing. Now, looking further back down the order among the 924s here, got 4 cars turning their way through turn number 1 and down towards Dean Hairpin for yet another time. It's a 20-minute race, this one. We should get around about 13 laps. We did so yesterday. Now that's the 2 and 11 car doing battle there. That's Mark Marshall, and number 11 is Sean Siddall. As problems for Hugh Pert, I'm afraid. Hugh now in his 2nd season of racing, the 50-year-old from Northwood, and he looks to be out of this one, as through in the background there goes number 28, Paul Bravo, the 35-year-old from London. But it's this battle that we briefly caught sight of. Sean Siddall there just ahead of Mark Marshall, and it's the number 11 car that's ahead of the 2, so it's the 50-year-old from Holt, ahead of the 36-year-old company director from High Wycombe. Drivers from all kinds of backgrounds racing in this BRSCC Porsche Championship. You can see these great battles going on down the order. Well, the last lap board is out then, and I think our race leaders are most of the way around the lap now. Yes, they are, because here through the final chicane comes Dave Clark in that number 41 car. Onto the banking he goes once more, and he's pulled out quite a decent advantage in the end over Richard Sykes. He punches the air with delight with yet another win under his belt. He has been the dominant force this season in the BRSCC Porsche Championship. Here is the confirmation of the results then. 4.2 seconds was the gap from David Clark back to Richard Sykes. Sean Cooper completing the podium. Further down the order, Andrew Hannington did his championship chances no harm at all by winning the Porsche 924 class for yet another occasion, the 3rd time this season.
So Sean, podium position, 3rd place. Are you pleased with that result there?
Very, very pleased. We didn't have a chance to test on Friday. I know most of the other top guys did, so I struggled to find a rhythm in qualifying the first race, but I think I found it for this race, so yeah, very happy.
So Richard, 2nd place for you. Are you happy with that result?
Not really. I'm getting used to following Dave Clark round, and I've had too many seconds in my trophy cabinet, so car let me down a little, which cost me the race really, so not really happy, no. Enjoyed the circuit and enjoyed the weekend, but seconds no good really.
So David, congratulations. What does that make, 7 wins now this season?
I'm not counting, but I'm delighted with any win, to be honest. It was really good fun.
Yeah, talk us through that race then. It looked like a good start for you.
Well, yeah, I keep messing up my starts, to be honest. Richard's been really strong all weekend. He really is driving well. The car's going well, and I didn't expect to have the race I did, so I'm delighted to have got by and stayed in front.
Well, that makes 7 wins for Dave Clark in the Porsche Championship. Do make sure you join us straight after the break, because we've got more exciting racing action from the Mighty Minis.